she's a favorite. I just saw Fancy and it was really, really, really good. There was so much dancing, there was pole dancing, there was ribbon dancing, and group dancing, and all of the girls were so talented. And the main girl, she could like sing and dance and like keep us all entertained, and she was like the MC, and she was like really, really funny, and she also had awesome hair. Like seriously, like she came into the crowd and she was like talking to people, and her hair was just like not only was it just, it had like really good form, it was also really healthy, and the color was just really, really nice. It was like dirty blonde, and I liked it a lot. And I got to take a picture with my favorite girl. Every single time she danced, she was like, to me, she drew the most attention because she put like the most into her dancing, and you could just tell that she like practiced and worked really hard. And she also like never missed a beat, and it was really incredible. And my second favorite dancer is this girl named Sophie from Vegas. And I think she was the main attraction because she got 2 solo performances, and in the end she was the last of the girls to be announced. But that's not counting like the main MC girl, because she was like the last real girl to be announced. But she was like, when she announced all the other girls, that girl was last. And yeah, wow, she was like incredible, like super flexible and super talented. And you know, whenever there's this this pole dancing move, it's called the crucifix, and basically you just go like upside down and you extend your hands out into like a cross, and she did that in the ribbons, and I was like, holy fuck. And at the end of her performance, I knew she was gonna do this because she was like knotting herself up at the top with like these 2 pieces of ribbon, and I knew she was like gonna just like let herself go and just hang there like at the end of the ribbon after she like knotted like a certain amount at the top, which is obviously extremely dangerous. If you don't do it right, you're just gonna like crash. And like my heart was just like, oh my god, like she just did it, and she did it really good. And all of their stuff that they did it like flawlessly. Like the MC lady, she's just like never runs out of breath. I was totally impressed, and she was singing like Christina Aguilera / Mariah Carey. It was like really funny though, because like she was hitting the notes and everything, but something about it was like, I don't know, it was really funny, kind of like slightly tacky, something like she's a really good singer but something is missing. But oh my god, they did so many songs. They did Beyonce, they did Lady G, they did Michael Jackson, they did, oh my god, they did so many songs. It was totally insane. And oh my god, it was like it's probably gonna be my favorite performance ever. It's like the first show that I've seen like that, and it was like a topless show, which was my first topless show, and I kind of forgot that they were gonna do that. And then in the beginning I was like, oh my god, like it was really weird. And they kept on picking on people in the crowd, but thank god they didn't pick on me. And they also had a comedian, one guy in the whole show who comes in for comic relief, and he's mad funny, and he was like playing off of jokes of like real people and using like their names and like their spouses and stuff, and it was like really funny. And they'd like bring guys onto the stage who have like girlfriends and wives, and then like they'd ask them questions like, oh, like what do you think about this show? And then the guy is like scared shitless, like he won't say anything, and then they would make like jokes about like his wife is watching him and stuff. It was like really, really funny, and it was like so true. And I just thought it was hilarious. And yeah, it was awesome entertainment. It went by so fast. So fast. But let's see how long that was. It was an 1.5-hour show. But it felt like, I don't know, it felt like 30 minutes. It was just so entertaining. Like you just don't want it to end, and then it ended. But yeah. And, oh, I got to meet my favorite girl, and I told her that she's an awesome dancer, and she's my favorite. And then I asked her if I could take a picture with her, and she's like, yeah. And she's, like, so cute. You can see in the video, she's just, like, standing next to the wall, like, not even, like the other girls are like, oh my god, and they're, like, signing stuff, and they're all like, oh my god, that's so awesome, and, like, taking pictures of people. But she's just, like, standing back, but she honestly was the best dancer. And I know she's the best dancer because, the way they positioned her in some of the dances, like the choreography, like they put her strategically in places that like your eyes just like get drawn to her. And then in the first couple dances, she got to be in the middle, and just like the way that they outlined it, they know like she's got it in her to be like an awesome dancer, and that's why she's like there. And of course the Sophie girl was incredible, like 2 whole solos, and they were actually back to back, and she was doing crazy shit. Yeah, it was really, really good. Oh my god, and the costumes were so good. They did like all, like first they were all sailors, and then they all came out and they were like dancing, and then they were all like one time they're all cowgirls. That one was my favorite. And then one time Sophie did like this like Hispanic dance, and she had 2 of the other girls like dance with her, and her outfit was just like all gold sequins, like bra piece and like panties, and they had outfits like Sophie had like a whole bodysuit that was just like this really opaque, transparent blackish sheen thing. I don't know. It was really pretty though. And they wore a lot of bikinis, and oh, they did like a rock and roll one. So like they were wearing like these like leather jacket thingies and like little leather pants. And oh, when they did the Beyonce song, they're all wearing the song from If You Like It, You Should Have Put a Ring on It song. They were all wearing that outfit. Single ladies. And they're like, oh yeah, they were like, oh, all the single ladies, like, say something. And then like everyone was like cheering, and I was just sitting there like I don't want to like say anything, because I was like in between 2 like older couple people, and I was like, oh my god, it's so weird. And what else? Oh my god, they had so many outfits. And the main character girl, she always wore like black and silver and diamondy stuff, and everything has like lots of diamonds, like always, like all shows do. Really, really shiny with the stage lights. And the very first act, was it the first act? Well, after the opening act, they were like, oh, well, like it's like sleep time for the girls or whatever. So 3 of them danced together, and it was crazy how they came out, because one girl comes out, then later on one appears from behind the bed, and then one comes out from under the bed, and we're like, what the fuck? And then there's like fog everywhere, and you're like, where are they coming from? It was like, and they were all wearing like white lingerie. It was like really pretty. Like they put a lot of detail into it. And then, oh my god, they had like one of the people come out. Okay, they chose this guy, his name is Larry, and they joked on him the whole, entire show. It was overdone, but everyone else loved it. I was just like, stop picking on him, oh my god. And they were like, oh, like, who's the king of rock and roll? And then he says somebody, and then like the lights guy, the sound guy, he made like the symbol sound that's like, you know, it's the wrong sound, that's the wrong answer. And then he was like, no, the other guy. And it's like, Elvis. And then they take him away, and then when he leaves, the guy talks to the wife, and he's like, oh, look at him, he just went off with those girls. He even turned around, and everyone was like laughing. And then he comes back out, and he's Elvis. And then he's like, he has like lines, I'm pretty sure they coached him in the back, and he like spits out 2 of Elvis's lines in response to the other guy. And then him and his wife get a free calendar for like being good sports and like playing along with the whole thing. It was really funny. really, really, really funny. Oh yeah, they also, like, okay, the guy in the show who does like the comedy, he like made this one joke about how like in Indian films they always sing, and it was really, really funny because it's so true. He was like, oh, it could be like, hey, you guys ever watch Bollywood? And then people like, yeah. And then he's like, oh, it could be like a war film. And then they just start singing. And then he was like making jokes off of these people. And then like he brought it back again later. It's just like, he was like a natural. It was really funny. And oh my god, it was such a sparkly, good show. Oh my god, the choreography was incredible. And oh my god, that was like my favorite show ever. I really love that show. I like really love it. Okay, that's enough. Okay, good night.